So this is a great example of one of those exercises that I personally do that a lot of people don't agree with. Assisted machine pull-ups. Like I said, this is actually one of the best machines you can get a lat contraction. And I'm talking about better than lat pull downs, better than weighted pull downs. But the thing is, you gotta make sure you adjust the weight applicable to you. So I'm not saying for me, like I said, I can do pull-ups, I can do weighted pull-ups, but that don't mean I'm throwing 150 pounds on here and trying to crank it out. I'm just making sure that I'm doing something that I'm able to do for like 15, 20 reps sometimes. But this time I'm actually gonna just keep it with the 10, nothing too crazy. But like I said, you gotta understand the trainer's philosophy to understand what you're looking for. And like I said, for me personally, I wanna do things that are allowing me to break down the area that I'm trying to train. And this is a great machine that does it at the end of the day. And like I said, I can do pull-ups with easy. I can do 30 pull-ups straight. You know what I mean? No problem, good reps, you feel me? But that don't mean I'm not gonna do this, you feel me? So I'm actually gonna superset this. I'm gonna do 10 with these, and then I'm actually gonna go to a wider bar pull-up and go from there. When I say 10 is more than enough for me on this point. Like I said, this right here actually helps build mind and muscle connection a lot better. Mainly if you're somebody that can't really do it with body weight. Trust me, if you try this a little bit more often, you'll see a tremendous difference. Remember, we're gonna superset with these two, just 10 and 10. It's gonna be in and out with this one. Now going to the dips. Trust me, these little things make a tremendous difference when it comes down to your training. Huge difference. Don't avoid the basics. The basics get you very far. Trust me when I say that. Like I said, pull-ups and dips. I can do these easy with weight, but I like to use these type of techniques, like I said, to develop a better mind and muscle connection so that when I'm going to heavier weight, my body can't handle the weight, that's one. And then two, it's easier to know your limitations, man. You can easily tell like, okay, I'm doing too much, or if it's a point, my form's out of whack, because you practice form and technique with using a machine like this. That's the whole point of this for me. It's like fine tuning for the most part. But let's get it, one more set. And do be mindful with these, we really going back to back. Not too much rest, because this is easy at the end of the day. Challenging, but easy. Easy, nice and easy. Like I said, challenging, but definitely easy. So I think I said I'm gonna do shoulders, I guess. One thing I'm not gonna fake, I wish I would have brought was some powerlifting shoes, because I would have seen a big difference. And just being able to, you know, plant my feet solidly. One thing you gotta do that I don't do is try your best when you start to exercise just to pick the footing and stay with that footing as much as possible. So just pick something that you can be super, super comfortable with and then kind of go from there. You'll see a big difference. But you know how we get down. We're gonna go over progressive overload again. Another reason why for me personally, like I keep telling y'all, it's okay to keep it simple, keep the basics going, because this is what helped me build the foundation at the end of the day. As you can see, I use machines. I hear so many people, oh, if you want the best out of your training, just use dumbbells, use free weights. If that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. But do understand there are some things that you're gonna miss out that you can take advantage from. And like I said, I like to use machines for more fine-tuning work for the most part, to make sure that I'm actually able to keep the tension in the muscle group keep the tension in the muscle that I'm trying to train, as well as really develop and build proper form and technique. Because at the end of the day, dude, don't get me wrong, I love stability work, but sometimes it feels good to understand and realize that you don't have to fight for stability by just using something as simple as a machine. I could have easily went to a dumbbell press and try to push more weight, but in reality, if I do want to break it down, I can easily use the machine, put more weight on it, and then at the end of the day, don't have to really fight for stability while still effectively breaking down the area that I'm training. So just keep in mind of those little things, and just pick and choose what you want in your system. If it's a point that you don't want to use machines, by all means, you ain't got to use machines. But I just try to give you to understand that there's pros and cons to everything that you do at the end of the day. As long as you're doing the things that work best for you, that's gonna keep you more excited, that's gonna give you what you want, then keep doing it. But understand one thing, I feel a lot better using machines than just using a lot of dumbbells, cables, and free weights. I like to mix and match with everything, just so I can reap the benefits of damn near everything, you know what I mean? And remember, so many different ways to build a physique, so many different things you can do. But always remember, everything works different for everybody, so there's no one way and one solution to get what you want out of your training. I like to exhaust all options for the most part. So like I said, mix and match, mix and match. Not feeling too bad, not feeling too bad. And then two, don't forget, always listen to your body. If you're not feeling 100%, do me a favor, scale back on your training. If it's a point that you feel any type of discomfort, stop what you're doing immediately, you know, go towards something else. I can't stress that enough. I'm a big advocate of that. If you don't feel comfortable, do something else. And then sometimes, if it's a point that you're trying to do too much, because we know we love to do too much sometimes, scale it back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Scale it back a little bit, ain't nothing wrong with that, scale it back. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing you want to do is experience an injury that could take you out the gym for a few months. And trust me, that's the last thing you want to do. We want to make sure that we fluent what we're doing the entire time, and we maximizing each and every day. So focus on getting 1% better every day. Don't focus on getting 100% better, just 1% better every day. You will see the difference before you know it. That's why I keep telling y'all, slow and steady wins the race at the end of the day. Don't put yourself in a position where you want so much in a small amount of time, because what generally happens when you actually get it, you lose it just as fast. So just be mindful of that. We're gonna do one more set of this. I'm only doing 3 sets. I'm gonna increase the weight one more time. And then 2, for those who always like to say, which one is better? Is time and attention better? Is it lifting heavier better? You wanna mix and match both in reality. As long as you're focusing on, mainly if you're somebody that's trying to develop and build muscle, as long as you focus on reaching failure, it's a lot easier for you to develop and build muscle at the end of the day. Whether you decide to go heavy with the weight, if you decide to go time under tension, or if you decide to do both at the same time. It is what it is, but there's no one size fits all. So for all those time under tension people out there, do understand, man, time under tension can be just as overrated as heavy lifting can just as be overrated. Do me a favor and make sure you mix and match both and focus on what your body can handle. Because heavy for one person can be light for somebody else, and light for somebody else can be extremely heavy, you feel me? Oh, and one thing I always advocate as well is trying it on your own to see if it actually works, instead of criticizing somebody about what don't work and you haven't even tried it because someone else told you their experience. What may work for them may not work for you. And then on top of that, just make sure you're doing something long enough to actually see the benefits. Because some of y'all think that if I do the exercise 3 times in a month, then I'll see tremendous benefits, and that's not how this works. You need to make sure you try it and try it and try it and try it and try it for your body to actually apply it to see if it works or if it doesn't work. That's another reason why I know progressive overload works. I've been doing it for quite some time. I've been doing this for years at this point, you feel me? So that's another reason why I jumped to it, because that's always been an easy way for me to not only build strength, but also build conditioning within the process too. So do be mindful of that. Another reason why I always do a lot of volume. I do a lot of volume because that's something that has worked for me over the years, and the main reason why my physique has been as detailed as it has been over the years, a little bit on top of genetics too. But I just try to get y'all to understand, just because somebody say it don't work, don't necessarily mean it don't work. It may not work for them, and it may actually work for you. So don't be a fool of that. Trust me when I say this. We're gonna go one more set on this. Nothing too crazy. So I lied. I said I was going to do, this was going to be the last set. I'm going to go up again because I actually like how I feel. Like I said, sometimes for me, I do feel like it does take me one more set to really feel 100% comfortable. I feel like I get stronger and stronger each set. It may sound crazy, but I'm going to be real with y'all. Trust me, when you feel good, chase it, you feel me? Oh, disclaimer, one of the reasons why I said I actually don't like this gym like that, nothing to do with the environment, nothing to do with equipment. It's just really the lighting situation. When the sun comes out, because it's a lot of windows in this particular gym, it just kills my footage. But it is what it is, you feel me? We've been doing good so far. We're gonna keep that going, and we only gonna get better from here, you feel me? So this is actually gonna be the last set. And then sometimes what I want you to do is, and I'm about to start getting back into this as of next week, try to have your last set be as many reps as possible, just so you can maximize the failure aspect, so we can increase the growth aspect. If you're somebody that's looking to grow and build some muscle, do me a favor and let's maximize that failure. Chasing that 10. So I can't lie, this is one of them exercises that used to be my favorite. I honestly would say I used to love working shoulders a lot, but we need to get back into it, you feel me? Not saying we haven't been working shoulders, but traps has been something that I haven't really been training like that. I used to just be real with you, just to try to leave my trap training to just putting a bar on my back and squats, but we need to change it up a little bit. So one tip I like to do, instead of actually using this hand grip, I always use this, me personally, and then come up, you feel me? Always been better for me. So you can actually do a lot of exercises with this particular machine, but for me personally, I just love it for shrugs itself. And two, I always like to say this. Don't get me wrong, I do talk about incorporating partial reps, but me personally, I highly recommend, if you really want the best development, it's better to use full range of motion for the most part. Only time I'm an advocate on doing partial reps for the most part is if it's a situation where I'm just trying to break down and increase the chances of failure. So meaning, if it's a situation where I can't do full range of motion, and I'm noticing that I can at least get it here, I might chase that for a few more reps just to promote more failure for the most part. But partial reps or cheap reps at the same time, I generally like to save those for those moments to increase the chance of failure. Mainly if it's a point that I'm trying to get my body acclimated to more weight And I'm noticing that, like I said, I got 5 reps all the way up to here. Say we got a bicep curl, and I got 5 reps all the way up to here. The last 5 reps can be here, mainly to the point that I can't get that 6 reps for full range of motion. So that's just a good indicator on cheat reps, because you can kind of see me get somewhat back into that phase, but not crazy back into that phase just as of yet. We just really want to, at the end of the day, like I said, break down the body as much as possible, but I still promote full range of motion. But like I said, nothing wrong with partials, but I always say this: if you're somebody that has a high body fat percentage, I personally would just say focus on full range of motions altogether. If it's a situation where you're really trying to get a little bit more detail out of a particular muscle group, meaning you have a low enough body fat percentage to maximize cheat reps, then you can do what you're going to do. But outside of that, like I said, I will stick with the script, full range of motion. Also, just to be clear, at this point in time, I'm more so chasing size and strength. That's another reason why the calories are up. That's another reason why, even though the calories are up, I'm still training 7 days a week, but I'm being very strategic about how I'm breaking down my body. What I plan on doing is 3 days of crushing weight, and then 2 days of fine tuning, and then the other 2 days, one day is gonna be a full body workout, and the other day is gonna be more cardio based. But then I always like to be transparent with this as well. Generally, my 7 days a week training starts next month in November. So just to be very clear, I use October and September. September is more so to get my body in the transition of, hey, we about to lift a little bit heavier. October is when we start cranking it up a little bit more, and then November is when we crank it up even more, and then by the time December comes, you know what time it is. We gonna just get busy at the end of the day, you feel me? But always, like I said, it's another reason why I say, listen to your body, and that's another reason why I actually plan my workouts as I'm walking into the gym, as well as just to see what I have access to, because sometimes I might plan to go to a certain gym, but I might end up going to another gym, just to like to be a little transparent with that. Let's get it. So, shrugs ain't too bad, I guess, for me not doing them for a while, but one of the main reasons why I do need to get back into making sure these shrugs are incorporated, one is to increase forearm strength, and then 2, like I said, me getting under that full 5 squat this time around. I want to make sure the traps are more than strong enough to be able to handle that type of weight. But as you can see, I'm a big fan. I've always done this standing. I actually never done this seated. I'll do seated another time. I was thinking about doing it, but I'll do seated another time. I'm just gonna do the same thing what I've been doing. It's a quarter in here, 45, 45. I'm probably just gonna throw another quarter on it and go from there, since this will be the second set. Had a third set and then kind of go from there. Oh, another thing I don't know if you're noticing, I'm not doing a lot of working sets. Not working sets, but filler sets. That's something I used to always do. Used to do a lot of filler sets, probably 2 filler sets, maybe 3, before I actually get into the exercise. So for me, at this point, when that area is already challenged, I'm just gonna kind of push through and just get what I can get done. So we're gonna get to the next one. Not too bad, this actually feels pretty good. So I'm actually gonna go up another 25 on this. Do one more with the 25. That's feeling good, I think. And as you can see today, we ain't using nothing. We just using bare hands, you feel me? So, disclaimer, I actually said I was gonna throw another 25 on there, but I took 25 off. I just put 45 on there. It is what it is. So we're gonna just crank out as many as we can. I don't know if you noticing I'm doing a stiff leg deadlift to get the weight up. And I did that because when I put the 25 on it, I just feel like if I dropped it, it would have, at the end of the day, would have hit, would have fell off for the most part. So it's been a while since I actually been this heavy with lateral raises, but let's have some fun. funny thing is I actually do want to start off with that weight, and I want to go lighter. I want to go lighter just to get a few more reps. I did plan on, the only reason why I'm doing dumbbells because I did plan on actually doing the seated machine, but I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing the machine. Sometimes I don't like putting my chest on the platform sometimes, so this is another way, you know, I can cheat it. And then two, I ain't gonna fake it. Anytime I do seated, I feel big lazy, which is we at the end of the workout when we got 2 more sets of this, but I'm gonna do a lighter weight for the most part. 22.5 is cool, but I'd rather just do like 15 or something. That's just me for a few more reps. Don't you just love when you say, oh, I'm gonna do a certain weight, but when you go to try to find a weight, they don't have it available? So what we gonna end up doing at this point, I'm just gonna drop set these two. I'm gonna just do 10 and 10 for the most part. So do 10 of these, 10 of the 25s, and then go drop set 2, 17 for 10s. Shit, I really wish it was 15, because I would've did probably like 5, 10 more reps for the most part. But it is what it is. Like I said, it's the end of the workout. Let's have a little bit of fun. You know what I mean? Let's have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna go here. Right back to it. Whew. Whew. Maybe I should have took that rest in between. Hey, filled that one. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Easy. I can't sit here and fake. Shoulders are definitely taxed on this one. But it's the last set. That's the best part. When you get to that last set, you're like, man, let's get this over with. You feel me? Let's get it. Oh, good thing is the weight slid over there, so you know I get a chance to rest. But these, can't sit here and play. These are tough, pretty tough. But we made it happen at the end of the day. Whew. So overall, that was today's workout. We did shoulders and abs. You know what I mean? I was thinking about doing chest, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna give my chest a rest. Just in case I do something a little bit crazier later on this evening. But most likely, if I do train this evening, I'm gonna just hit legs for the most part. That's one thing I like doing. If I do it 2 a days, earlier through the day, if we lift, we're gonna do the opposite muscle group. I don't like really hitting the same area at the end of the day, just to give it enough rest. If I decide to hit the same area again, it might be the next day or the day after. And if I did hit it heavy first, then I'll go light. If the first day I hit light, then the next day I'll go heavy. But I'm not a big fan of just going ahead and going crazy both times. Because we do need to understand that you need to maximize your rest in order to get the growth that you want to. So I've noticed that if I hit heavy, say for example, it might be one exercise that I might do heavy, but still for the most part, it's a lot more time and attention. So if I do train a little bit later this evening, like I said, what I'm gonna focus on, I'm definitely gonna focus on training legs. Might end up hitting the LA Fitness again. It is what it is, even though I prefer going to goals, just because it's a lot more variety. And it's a lot easier to kind of move around too. But sometimes, depending on what time I go to LA, it get busy. I'm talking about it get busy. Good thing is, I came to a location that's not as busy in the morning, so I ain't have to deal with too much this morning. But all in all, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Turn on those notification bells, because we do 2 videos a day. For the most part, it's giving you a lot of information to help you get in great shape. And then too, like I said, this is kind of like a workout along with me too. So if it's a situation where you want to work out with me, like I said, just turn it on. And don't forget too, a lot of y'all may not know this, but this over here, this 4K footage. So if you want to watch the big dog on a big screen, go ahead and do what you do to get some fitness education and some knowledge. Like I said, my objective is to give you small pieces of gold each and every time I drop a video, so that you can apply these tips into your workouts, your system, or if there's a point that you do need a personal program, all you gotta do is hit your boy up and I'll get that done for you. But remember, you need to take a lot of what you hear with a grain of salt. And I always say too, I advise, even if I said it, do your own personal due diligence and do research. Research is everything, nothing wrong with it. So that way you kind of see the ins and outs of what works and what doesn't work for you and your body. Because do understand, you can follow this same program, the same system that I'm doing at the end of the day and not get the results that you're looking for, because you may not be on that level, you may not fully understand the exercises, some of the exercises may not work for your body. So like I said, take some of these tips and trips and apply them to your personal program to be able to get what you want, more so than just trying to completely copycat what I'm giving you and thinking that you're gonna get in great shape. Because at the end of the day, remember, when I'm dropping these videos, they're not in a consistent sequence of me working out each and every day. It might be a point that one of the workouts I did yesterday, not yesterday, but last week is what I dropped for today, and so on and so forth. It might be a routine from 3 months ago that I dropped on a video today, so do be mindful of that. Everything is not day to day, everything isn't like super fresh, because I got a lot of content that I need to upload and give to you all. So even with that said, who knows what day you're gonna get this particular video on at the end of the day. But like I said, just make sure you're applying the tips and tricks and fully understand what I'm giving you. Like, I want you to understand the ins and outs when it comes down to the information I'm giving you, or how to execute these exercises, as well as what works best for your system at the end of the day. Because I do want you to understand, yes, I am in great shape, but it's you versus you at the end of the day. The only person that you battle at the end of the day is your goddamn self, nobody else. So do be mindful of that. And like I said before, and I say on a lot of videos, slow and steady wins the race. If you want to build a phenomenal physique, take your time. Doesn't matter if you're trying to get stronger, doesn't matter if you're trying to build more definition, take your time. The only time I would say you should be trying to up the ante if it's a point you're a movie star or athlete. You gotta do what you gotta do, because that's what pay the bills, you feel me? But if you're somebody that's your average Joe, your Cindy Lou, just do me a favor and make sure you take your time and just adapt. Allow your body to process everything that you're feeding it, whether it be supplements, whether it be the training. And like I said, you can get in great shape without taking supplements. Do be mindful of that as well. So if you're somebody that feel like you gotta load up a bunch of money on taking supplements, do understand, I would actually focus on trying to get into the gym and do it on my own without anything, and then kind of add supplements as I go along. More so than just thinking that if you take this supplement and you work out, you'll get results that much faster, because that's not how this works. You have to put your body through the storm, and you have to allow your body to process it. One thing I always like to say is, everything you're doing right now, you're not gonna see the true side effects from it until next month for the most part. And then remember, consistency is key. I'm in great shape because I've been doing this for a long time, so I want you to be in the mindset of understanding that this is going to take time. Nothing worth having happens overnight. Nothing worth having happens overnight. I do want you to be mindful of that. Slow and steady wins the race, because there's a lot of people that started their fitness journey when I started their fitness journey, and I want to tell you right now, they're in far worse shape because they over-anticipated more results and didn't stay with the consistency aspect. They didn't stick with it, and they're in far worse shape. So like I said, slow and steady wins the race. That's something that I live by and die by at the end of the day, mainly if you want to get great results. Stick to it, be true to it. Even if you don't feel like doing it, do understand that sometimes when you don't feel like doing it, guess what? That's when you can actually maximize the way that you want to maximize, because you're that much closer to really getting what you want. So there's times that, even though I love working out, there are some times that I don't feel like doing it, but I do understand that these results don't last forever, and I want to maximize the results that I have, and the only way I can maximize the results that I have is be strategic each and every day with my training, my nutrition, and my recovery. And I always say this way goes first. Focus on recovery, then nutrition, then your training. Because the reason why you want to do it that way is because you're going to climb right back up the ladder. Something to keep in mind. But it's your boy, Coach K, and I hope you enjoyed this workout. If you have any comments, make sure you drop your comments below, and I'm going to catch you on the next video.